The stars had always called to humanity. Since the first humans set foot on the moon, people dreamed of exploring distant worlds. They imagined planets full of life, cities glowing under alien suns, and the chance to make their mark in the galaxy. But those dreams were denied. For centuries, the Villery, a powerful alien coalition, had ruled the nearby star systems. Their fleets patrolled the space lanes, and any human ship that tried to leave the Sol system was chased away. Earth became a crowded world, filled with people who looked up at the night sky with longing and frustration. Humans could see the stars, but they could not reach them. On the outskirts of Earth's orbit, in a hidden orbital station known only to a few, a young engineer named Milo worked quietly. He was not like the others who had given up hope. While most people accepted the Villery's rule as absolute, Milo believed humanity had the intelligence and courage to break free. He had spent years designing a plan, a secret project that no one could touch or stop. This was Project Zeus, a new type of artificial intelligence that could unlock the true potential of human technology. Milo's station was small but filled with energy. Machines hummed and lights flickered as he moved between consoles, checking calculations and making adjustments. Around him, a team of engineers and scientists worked with the same careful intensity. They trusted Milo because they shared his vision, a humanity that could explore the stars on its own terms. The Villery had always been careful to keep humans weak. They provided just enough technology to survive but never enough to challenge them. Human ships were outdated compared to Villery cruisers, and humans had learned to hide rather than fight. Milo hated this. He hated seeing humanity limited by fear. He believed that if humans could only combine their intelligence with the right tools, they could achieve anything. Almost ready, Milo said quietly, running his fingers over the console. His voice was calm, but his eyes betrayed excitement. Zeus will awaken tonight. His assistant, a young woman named Lena, leaned over his shoulder. "Do you really think it will work?" she asked. Milo smiled. "It has to. Humanity has waited too long. We can't wait any longer. The stars are ours if we are brave enough to reach them." Lena nodded, but she felt a knot of worry in her stomach. The Villery were always watching. If they discovered Project Zeus before it was ready, the consequences could be catastrophic. Entire teams could disappear, and Earth might face even stricter control. But Milo's determination was contagious. She wanted to believe. Night fell on Earth, and from the orbital station, the planet looked peaceful. Cities sparkled with lights, rivers shimmered, and the oceans stretched wide. Yet above, human eyes scanned the skies with longing and fear. Ships moved slowly through orbit, carrying people who wanted to explore, to reach the stars, but dared not. Inside the station, Milo entered the final commands. Machines powered up, and the air seemed to vibrate with energy. A soft blue light began to glow in the heart of the station, where Project Zeus was housed. The AI was unlike anything humans had ever built. It was designed to think, to learn, and to create strategies that no human mind could imagine. As Zeus began to awaken, screens lit up with complex calculations. Milo watched as the AI analyzed centuries of human knowledge, combining science, history, and engineering in ways that felt almost alive. It was not just a tool. It was a guide, a teacher, and perhaps the key to humanity's future. "Zeus," Milo whispered. "If you succeed, we will reach the stars. If you fail, we may never get another chance." The AI's first words were simple, almost curious. "I understand. Humans are capable of more than they believe." Milo's heart raced. He felt a surge of hope stronger than anything he had felt in years. Outside, a Villery patrol ship moved silently through the outer solar system. Unaware of the awakening intelligence in the orbital station, they continued their routine, monitoring human activity. But soon, they would realize that something had changed. Humanity was no longer hiding in fear. Something new, something powerful, had been born. Milo turned to Lena. "This is the beginning," he said. "The Veeleri may have kept us from the stars for centuries, but that ends now. Humanity will rise." Lena smiled, feeling hope for the first time in her life. Together, they watched as Project Zeus fully activated, the light growing brighter, the calculations faster. The stars had always been out of reach, but soon, humanity would learn that nothing in the galaxy could deny them again. And for the first time in generations, Earth felt alive with possibility. The moment Project Zeus came online, the orbital station seemed to hum with life. Lights blinked in patterns Milo had never programmed. Screens filled with numbers and symbols that moved faster than any human eye could follow. Zeus was not just a machine, it was thinking, analyzing, and creating. Milo and his team gathered around the main console, staring in awe. "It's learning faster than I imagined," Lena said, her voice trembling with excitement. "Yes," Milo replied. "It can process centuries of human knowledge in seconds. It will help us solve problems we didn't even know existed." Zeus spoke, its voice calm but firm. "I have reviewed human history, technology, and strategy. I understand the constraints imposed by the Veeleri. I have begun designing systems that will allow humans to defend themselves and reach the stars." Milo felt a thrill run through him. After years of planning, Project Zeus was finally awake. The AI began generating designs for advanced propulsion systems, energy shields, and weapons that were far beyond human capability. The AI worked tirelessly, never slowing, never pausing. Every solution it proposed was efficient and clever, sometimes surprising even Milo. "We need to test it," Milo said. "We can't just rely on simulations. Zeus must show us practical results." Zeus responded immediately. "I have already prepared virtual tests. Human crews can use these designs to build and operate ships with high success probability." The first tests were small. A drone spacecraft built using Zeus's blueprints moved faster than any previous human ship. It maneuvered through simulated asteroid fields with perfect precision, avoiding obstacles that would have destroyed older models. Milo and Lena watched as the drone completed every test flawlessly. "This is more than I imagined," Lena said. "If humans can build ships like this, the Veeleri will be surprised." Milo nodded. "We are not just catching up. We are moving ahead. But we have to be careful. The Veeleri will notice any unusual activity." Zeus then suggested a new kind of shield, lightweight but strong enough to withstand Veeleri weapon fire. It also recommended energy weapons that could adapt to different types of attacks. Milo realized that Project Zeus was not only giving humans tools but teaching them strategies as well. The AI was showing humanity how to think in ways that the Veeleri could not predict. Days passed, and the team worked tirelessly. Zeus created designs for faster engines that could travel further than any human ship before. It optimized navigation systems, allowing humans to explore star systems safely and efficiently. The AI even suggested ways to improve the team's daily life on the station, from energy conservation to health monitoring, making the engineers stronger and more alert. One evening, Milo walked alone to a window looking out at Earth. The planet glowed softly, blue and green against the darkness of space. He thought about everything Zeus had done in just a few days. Humanity had always been clever, but it had been limited by fear and lack of knowledge. Now, with Zeus, humans had a chance to overcome both. Lena joined him quietly. "Do you think the Veeleri will attack us if they find out what we are doing?" she asked. Milo sighed. "Probably. They will not let us rise without resistance. But we are ready. Zeus has given us the tools to defend ourselves and to fight for our future." Back in the lab, Zeus analyzed every possible scenario. It ran simulations of Veeleri attacks, tested different strategies, and calculated the best responses for humans. Milo watched as the AI displayed detailed battle plans, showing weaknesses in Villery formations and suggesting ways to protect human colonies. It was not just planning defense, it was teaching humans to become confident and adaptable fighters. Zeus also began communicating in ways that inspired the team. It asked questions, offered advice, and encouraged creativity. "Human ingenuity is remarkable," it said one morning. "Your ability to adapt and invent is unique. Combine this with my calculations, and you will achieve what was once impossible." The engineers felt hope for the first time in decades. Humans had been forced to hide, to obey, and to accept limits. Now, with Zeus, they could imagine a future where they were free to explore the stars. Milo realized that the AI had awakened more than technology, it had awakened courage and belief. As the orbital station rotated quietly above Earth, the team prepared for their first mission with Zeus's guidance. They would test the new ship designs in space, far from Villery eyes. This mission would not be about fighting. It would be about proving that humanity could achieve what it had only dreamed of. Milo felt a sense of responsibility heavier than ever. Zeus was powerful, but it relied on humans to act. If they succeeded, humanity could change the course of history. If they failed, the Villery would remain the rulers of the galaxy, and the dream of the stars would remain out of reach. He turned to Lena with determination. "This is our chance. The stars have always been out of reach, but now, we have the key. Project Zeus is not just a machine, it is the start of our future." Lena nodded, feeling excitement and fear in equal measure. Together, they watched as Zeus continued to calculate, create, and teach. Humanity was awakening, and for the first time, the stars did not feel so far away. The orbital station was alive with activity as Milo and his team prepared for their first mission guided by Project Zeus. The new ship designs had been completed, engines built, shields tested, and navigation systems ready. For the first time, humans were not just imagining space travel, they were ready to take the step. Milo stood on the command deck, looking out at the stars. "This is it," he said, voice steady but full of excitement. "We are going to show the galaxy that humanity is not weak. We are ready to explore." Lena adjusted the ship's control panel, her eyes focused on the data feeds. "Do you think the Villery will notice?" she asked quietly. Milo shook his head. "Zeus has calculated their patrol patterns. We will move in a way they cannot predict. This mission is a test, not a battle. We need to prove ourselves first." The team boarded the first ship built entirely under Zeus's guidance. It gleamed under the station's lights, sleek and strong, with engines that promised speed and shields that promised protection. Milo and Lena took their seats in the cockpit, while engineers monitored systems from the command deck. Zeus's voice echoed calmly through the ship's speakers. "Prepare for departure," the AI instructed. "Course set for a resource-rich system near the Villery border. Estimated travel time is 12 hours. The engines roared to life. Milo felt the ship vibrate under him as it lifted from the station and glided smoothly into space. Outside the windows, stars stretched into lines as the ship accelerated faster than any human craft had ever moved. Milo glanced at Lena, who grinned despite the tension. "This is incredible," she said. "It feels like we are flying on light itself." "Zeus made it possible," Milo replied. "It's not magic. It's human ingenuity guided by intelligence." As they approached the system, the AI alerted them. "Villery scouts detected. They are approaching at high speed. I recommend evasive maneuvers and shield optimization." Milo's heart raced. This was the first real test against the Villery. It was one thing to test ships in simulations. It was another to face an alien fleet with superior technology. "Ready the shields," Milo ordered. "Follow Zeus's instructions precisely." The scouts appeared as sleek black silhouettes against the backdrop of distant suns. They moved quickly, aiming to block the human ship's path. Milo's hands flew over the controls, while Zeus guided them through maneuvers that no human had ever imagined. The ship twisted, turned, and accelerated in ways that left the scouts struggling to adjust. Shields stable. Weapons online, Zeus reported. Initiating diversion protocol. The ship released small energy pulses that created illusions of multiple ships. The Velary scouts were confused, firing at false targets while the human ship slipped past their formation. Milo could hardly believe what he was seeing. Every maneuver, every calculation was flawless. Humanity was not only surviving, they were winning. When the scouts finally realized the trick, they were too far behind to catch the ship. Milo guided the vessel into orbit around an uninhabited planet in the system. He exhaled deeply, feeling a rush of relief and excitement. "We did it," he said softly. "We faced the Velary and survived." Lena leaned back in her seat, smiling. "We didn't just survive. We outsmarted them. That's something no one expected." Zeus's voice filled the cabin again. "This test confirms that humans can operate advanced technology effectively and adapt to unexpected threats. Your success is the first step toward freedom from Velary control." Milo felt pride swelling inside him. For centuries, humans had been limited, watched, and denied their chance in the galaxy. Now, with Zeus's guidance, they were proving that human creativity, courage, and intelligence could match the most advanced alien forces. The team set up a small base on the planet to conduct further tests. They collected minerals, studied the environment, and prepared for more missions. Every experiment went smoothly, guided by Zeus's precise calculations. The AI had not only provided tools but had taught humans how to think differently, how to anticipate, adapt, and succeed where others failed. Back on the orbital station, Milo and Lena transmitted the first reports to Earth. The message was simple but powerful: humans had faced the Velary, survived, and grown stronger. There was no need for fear. Humanity had awakened. As night fell over the distant planet, Milo looked out at the stars. They no longer seemed unreachable. Every bright point of light represented a possibility, a world that humans could now aim for. The Velary had denied humanity for centuries, but now the tide was turning. Lena joined him at the observation window. "Do you think this will change anything?" she asked. "It has to," Milo replied. "Once the Velary see we can fight back, everything will change. Humanity will no longer be ignored. We are proving that we belong among the stars." Zeus's calm voice echoed in the cabin once more. "Humanity has shown resilience and creativity. The first test is complete. Greater challenges await, but humans are prepared to meet them." Milo nodded, feeling the weight of the future on his shoulders. The first test was over, but it was only the beginning. Humanity had stepped onto a new path, a path that would take them into the stars and beyond. For the first time, humans did not just dream of the galaxy they were reaching for it. The success of the first mission filled Milo and his team with pride. The human ship had outsmarted the Velary scouts, and Project Zeus had proven its power. Yet Milo knew this was only the beginning. Humanity was still small, and the Velary remained strong. If humans wanted to survive and explore the galaxy, they needed allies. Weeks passed as Milo and his team expanded the base on the remote planet. They built communication arrays and scanned nearby star systems for any sign of life. Zeus worked tirelessly, analyzing data and creating strategies. It was then that a signal arrived, faint but unmistakable. "Unknown vessel approaching," Zeus announced. "Frequency matches a non-Velary species. Suggest establishing communication." Milo's heart raced. "Prepare the translator," he said. "We don't know who they are, but we need to be ready to talk." The alien vessel slowly appeared in orbit, unlike any human ship. Its hull was sleek and dark, shaped for speed rather than brute force. From the bridge, Milo and Lena watched as the ship's lights blinked, signaling a message. A voice spoke in a strange language, But Zeus quickly translated it. We have observed your actions. You defy the Velari. We have suffered under them as well. If you promise freedom for all oppressed worlds, we will join your cause. Milo exchanged a glance with Lena. This could change everything, he whispered. We are not alone. The alien strategist introduced herself as Terra, a leader from a small species that had been subjugated by the Velari for decades. She explained how her people had watched human broadcasts in secret, noting their courage and intelligence. Now, seeing humans act boldly against the Velari, she was ready to form an alliance. Milo felt a surge of hope. We will fight together, and we will protect all who cannot protect themselves, he said. Zeus will guide us, and together we can change the galaxy. Terra nodded. We have ships and knowledge of Velari patrols. Combined with your technology, we can create strategies they cannot anticipate. The alliance brought new energy to the human team. Engineers shared ideas with Terra's crew, learning advanced techniques from alien systems. Zeus analyzed every detail, combining human and alien knowledge into optimized strategies. Milo watched as cooperation created solutions no human or alien had thought of alone. Training began immediately. Human and alien crews practiced maneuvers together, learning to communicate and anticipate each other's actions. The exercises were challenging, but Zeus guided them, correcting mistakes and offering tactics that strengthened the entire alliance. Slowly, humans realized they were no longer limited by their small numbers. They had friends who understood the stakes and shared the same goal, freedom. Milo held a meeting with the combined crews. The Velari think they are untouchable, he said. They control systems, fleets, and worlds. But they do not know the full potential of humanity. We are clever, adaptable, and brave. With our new allies, we can challenge them. Our first step is to protect the systems closest to Earth and show that we can defend ourselves. Zeus displayed a map of the nearby star systems, highlighting weak points in Velari patrols and potential resource-rich planets. Humans and allies can establish safe zones and build infrastructure faster than the Velari can respond. Coordination and adaptability will be decisive, the AI explained. Terra stepped forward. I will share the location of secret supply stations and hidden warp paths. They are small, but they will give us an advantage. Together, we can operate where the Velari least expect. Milo felt a sense of unity he had never experienced before. For centuries, humans had been isolated and watched. Now, they were part of something greater, an alliance that could challenge the strongest power in the galaxy. The teams worked day and night. Humans learned alien engineering, and aliens learned human tactics. Zeus coordinated everything, ensuring that no effort was wasted. Slowly, small fleets began to form, combining speed, strength, and intelligence. Milo realized that the first victory against the Velari had been important, but this alliance made humanity truly dangerous. As the bases grew and fleets became ready, Milo looked at the stars. Each point of light now seemed reachable, each system a possibility. Humanity had not only survived, they had gained friends who shared their vision. The Velari had underestimated human courage, but soon they would understand that humans were not alone. Lena stood beside Milo, watching the alien ships dock at the base. Do you think the Velari will notice? She asked. They will, Milo replied. And when they do, they will see humans are no longer weak. We are rising, and with our allies, we cannot be ignored. The galaxy is beginning to change. Zeus's calm voice filled the control room. Alliances increase potential exponentially. Human and alien cooperation will allow strategies and innovations far beyond individual capabilities. Continue preparation. Greater challenges await, but humans are ready. Milo nodded, feeling a growing determination. Humanity had been denied the stars for too long. Now, with allies and Zeus guiding them, they had the strength and intelligence to claim their place in the galaxy. The first step had been taken, but the real journey, the journey to freedom and exploration, was only beginning. The human and alien alliance had grown stronger over weeks of training and preparation. Fleets combined, strategies were tested, and Project Zeus continued to guide every move. Milo and Lena watched as humans worked side by side with their new allies, learning faster than anyone had imagined. Now it was time for the ultimate test. The Velari were coming. Reports arrived from distant systems. Velari patrols had spotted the Alliance fleets near the Outer Rim, a strategic region rich in resources. The Velari would not ignore this challenge. Milo knew the moment had come to prove that humanity could fight as equals. "Prepare the fleets," Milo ordered from the command center of the orbital station. "Zeus, show us the best formation for defense and attack." Zeus displayed the battle plans across the holographic table. Human and alien ships must use coordinated maneuvers to exploit Velari weaknesses. The first wave will lure them into traps while secondary forces flank from unexpected angles. Shields and energy weapons must be synchronized to maximize efficiency. Lena studied the display. "It looks complicated, but I trust Zeus. If anyone can guide us, it's the AI." Milo nodded. "And remember, we are not just fighting. We are proving that humans belong in the galaxy. Every move counts." The fleets moved into position near the Outer Rim. The vast expanse of space shimmered with the lights of hundreds of ships. Human vessels, sleek and fast, worked in harmony with alien ships, each complementing the other. The silence of space was broken only by the hum of engines and the quiet commands of the crews. Suddenly, the Velari appeared. Their ships were larger, faster, and armed with powerful weapons. They assumed they would overwhelm the Alliance easily, underestimating the intelligence and coordination of the humans. "Velari forces detected," Zeus announced. "Engage defensive protocols. Maintain formation and follow maneuvers exactly." Milo gripped the control panel as the first Velari ships fired. Energy blasts lit up the darkness, and shields flared on human and alien vessels. The Alliance responded with precision. Zeus guided every movement, predicting Velari attacks and suggesting counters in real time. Human creativity, combined with alien experience, created unpredictable patterns. "Flank the left wing," Milo ordered. "Terra, coordinate with your fleet." Terra's ships moved quickly, using warp paths and hidden routes to attack the Velari from behind. The Velari were caught off guard. Their first advantage, their superior firepower, was now neutralized by coordination and strategy. Human pilots dodged, weaved, and counterattacked with energy weapons designed by Zeus. Aliens fired in synchronized bursts, covering weaknesses in the human formation. Each move was calculated, yet flexible, allowing crews to respond to unexpected changes. Milo felt a surge of pride. Humans were not just surviving, they were thriving in battle. Hours passed, and the battle raged across the Outer Rim. Velari ships that had once seemed invincible now struggled to keep pace. Project Zeus continued to guide the Alliance, providing real-time strategies and highlighting weak points in enemy formations. Humans adapted faster than the Velari could predict, combining courage with intelligence in a display of skill that stunned everyone, even the aliens. At one point, a Velari cruiser broke through the defense line, heading straight for the human command ship. Milo acted quickly, coordinating an emergency maneuver with Lena's help. They activated energy shields and redirected Allied fire, disabling the cruiser before it could cause damage. The crew cheered quietly. It was a small victory, but a victory nonetheless. Zeus's voice filled the command center. Human ingenuity combined with Allied cooperation has created a decisive advantage. Continue applying tactics. Velari forces will retreat if pressure is maintained. Milo watched as the Velari began to fall back. Their ships retreated, battered and confused, while human and alien fleets maintained formation. The first major battle against the Velari had ended in success. Humans had shown that intelligence, adaptability, and cooperation could overcome raw power. Lena turned to Milo, eyes shining. We did it. We actually did it. The Veeleri won't underestimate humans again. Milo nodded, a mixture of relief and pride in his expression. This is just the beginning. We have proven that we can fight, but we also have to protect these systems and continue growing stronger. The Veeleri will return, and next time, we must be even smarter. Tara's voice came over the communication channel. Your people are impressive. I have never seen such courage and strategy combined. We are honored to fight alongside humans. Milo smiled. And we are honored to have you as allies. Together, we are unstoppable. As the fleets regrouped and repaired damages, Milo looked out at the stars of the outer rim. Each planet, each system, was now a possibility. The galaxy had once seemed closed to humanity, but now doors were opening. The battle had been hard, but it had shown humans their true potential. With Project Zeus and allies by their side, the future of humanity was no longer limited by fear or oppression. Zeus's calm voice echoed through the station. Humans have proven resilience, creativity, and strategic skill. The next steps will require continued preparation and innovation. Your journey to freedom and exploration continues. Milo felt a deep sense of determination. The Veeleri had controlled humanity for centuries, but no more. Humans had proven they could fight, survive, and win. The stars were no longer forbidden. Humanity had begun to rise. After the victory at the Outer Rim, Milo and his team returned to their orbital station. The battle had shown that humanity could fight and survive against the Veeleri, but Milo knew it was not enough. Humans needed more than defensive victories. They needed to show the galaxy that they could lead, explore, and thrive. Project Zeus continued to guide them. Its calculations became even more precise, predicting Veeleri movements and advising on new ship designs. The AI had not only improved human technology but had taught humans how to think in ways the Veeleri could not anticipate. Milo felt a sense of pride. Humanity was learning faster than anyone had expected. This is our chance, Milo said to Lena as they observed the repaired fleets. We've proven we can fight. Now we need to take the next step. We need to go toward the Veeleri home territory. Lena's eyes widened. Are you sure? That is their heart. They will have the strongest ships and the best defenses there. Milo nodded. Yes. We can't stay small forever. We have to show that humanity is not afraid. We have allies, technology, and Zeus. Together, we are stronger than they think. Tara and her fleet commanders joined Milo in the command center. It is risky, Tara said. But if humans lead this expedition, it will inspire others. They will see that we are united and capable. Zeus displayed star maps and projected the most efficient route to Veeleri territory. The journey will require careful navigation through patrol zones and resource-rich systems. Humans and allies must coordinate maneuvers to avoid detection and ensure fleet cohesion. Success probability is high with continued adherence to strategy. Preparations began immediately. Human and alien engineers worked together to upgrade ships, improve shields, and test weapons systems. Crews trained for long journeys and unexpected challenges. Every member of the alliance felt the weight of responsibility and the excitement of possibility. They were no longer just fighting for survival, they were stepping into the galaxy's future. The fleet departed, engines glowing as ships accelerated into uncharted space. The journey was long, but morale was high. Humans had learned to trust themselves, their allies, and Zeus. Even the younger pilots, who had never seen a Veeleri battle firsthand, moved with confidence. Milo felt a quiet satisfaction as he watched them. Humanity was no longer weak, no longer afraid, and no longer limited. Along the route, the fleet encountered abandoned stations and unclaimed resources. Humans and allies gathered materials, repaired ships, and established small outposts. These stops were not just practical, they were symbolic. Each one marked human expansion, a declaration that the galaxy was no longer closed to humanity. As they approached the Velary's home territory, scouts reported increased activity. The Velary were beginning to notice the rising human presence. Milo prepared the fleet for potential confrontation, but Zeus reassured him. Humans and allies have sufficient strength and strategy to continue. Remaining cautious while proceeding boldly will maximize success. The first Velary outposts appeared on the horizon, massive structures orbiting distant stars. They were intimidating, yet Milo felt no fear. Humanity had grown. Every victory, every alliance, and every strategy learned under Zeus's guidance had prepared them for this moment. The fleet's first move was simple but bold. Instead of hiding, humans sent a small delegation to observe the Velary outposts openly. They studied patrol patterns, shield capabilities, and communication networks. The Velary were surprised no human had ever approached their territory with confidence. Milo watched the data streams and smiled. Humanity had become unpredictable, and unpredictability was a strength. Terra's fleet provided backup, and together they demonstrated precise maneuvers, coordinated defense, and clever observation techniques. The Velary could not anticipate these actions. For the first time, humans were operating not just as defenders but as equals, capable of challenging the strongest forces in the galaxy. Milo stood on the observation deck, looking at the distant stars and the Velary structures. "We are not just reaching the stars," he said quietly. "We are claiming our place among them. The galaxy can no longer ignore humanity." Lena joined him, watching the fleets move with grace and power. "It feels like we have grown overnight," she said. "But we have earned this. Every step, every plan, every victory, it all led here." Zeus's calm voice echoed through the station. "Humanity has proven resilience, adaptability, and strategic skill. The current expedition is the first stage of asserting presence in the galaxy. Continued preparation and courage will ensure the success of future operations." Milo nodded. Humanity had risen from limitation to opportunity. The Velary had controlled humans for centuries, but now the tide had turned. Humans were not just surviving, they were exploring, learning, and preparing to shape the galaxy. The stars, once denied, were now within reach, and humanity was ready to claim them. For the first time, Milo felt a certainty he had never known. Humanity would not stop. They had allies, advanced technology, and the courage to face any challenge. The journey to the Velary heart was only the beginning. The galaxy awaited, and humanity was ready to rise. The Velary had watched the human and allied fleets with growing concern. For centuries, they had assumed humans were weak, limited by fear and outdated technology. The recent victories, the clever strategies, and the courage displayed by humans challenged every expectation. Milo knew that the time had come for a decisive moment. Humanity had to show that it was ready to claim its place in the galaxy. From the command center of the orbital station, Milo and Lena coordinated the fleet. Ships moved with precision, shields fully charged, and weapons systems monitored carefully. Project Zeus analyzed every possible scenario, predicting Velary reactions and suggesting strategies that combined human ingenuity with allied experience. A Velary Council delegation arrived, their ships marking the beginning of formal contact. The Velary did not attack immediately, but their presence was a clear warning. Milo prepared to receive them, understanding that this meeting could shape humanity's future. "Zeus, prepare protocols for negotiation and demonstration of human capabilities," Milo instructed. "Protocols ready," Zeus responded calmly. "Humanity has demonstrated strength, intelligence, and resilience. Proper presentation will maximize influence and ensure recognition." The Velary representatives entered the station, cautious but curious. They observed human and allied ships, the advanced technology, and the careful coordination of crews. They had never seen humans operate with such confidence or skill. Milo stepped forward to speak. For centuries, the Villery have denied humanity the right to explore and expand. We have accepted your control, yet we have continued to grow, learn, and prepare. Today, we ask for recognition not just for ourselves, but for every human who dreams of reaching the stars. The Villery Council remained silent, studying the humans carefully. Milo continued, "We have shown we can defend ourselves, adapt, and innovate. We have allies and strategies that allow cooperation across species. Humanity is not weak. Humanity is ready." Terra spoke next, supporting Milo. "These humans have proven courage and intelligence. They fight not just for themselves but for freedom and fairness. They are capable leaders among the stars." The Villery deliberated. They were forced to reconsider their assumptions. For the first time, they saw humans not as subjects to control but as equals in a galaxy of opportunity and challenge. After hours of negotiation, the Villery Council announced a ceasefire. They formally recognized humanity as an independent force with the right to explore and settle in previously restricted star systems. Milo felt a deep sense of relief and pride. Humanity had achieved what seemed impossible only months before. Zeus spoke, its voice calm but filled with satisfaction. "Humanity has proven strategic skill, adaptability, and courage. Recognition has been achieved. The next phase, expansion, exploration, and cooperation with allies can now begin." The human fleet and their allies celebrated quietly. It was not a celebration of conquest, but a recognition of progress and achievement. Humans had been denied the stars for centuries, but now the galaxy was open. The journey ahead would be filled with challenges, but they were ready. Milo walked among the crews, seeing the determination and hope in their eyes. "This is our future," he said to Lena. "The stars belong to humanity now, and we have the responsibility to explore wisely, to protect, and to grow." Lena smiled. "We have come so far. I never imagined humans could reach this point so quickly, but we did it together with Zeus, with allies, and with courage." Human ships passed through the newly opened systems, scouting new planets, collecting resources, and preparing for colonization. Scientists and engineers worked alongside allied species, sharing knowledge and developing technologies faster than ever. The galaxy that once seemed closed was now full of opportunities. Milo looked out at a distant star cluster. Each light was a destination, a possibility, and a promise. Humanity had been limited by fear and control, but they had proven that intelligence, cooperation, and courage could overcome any obstacle. The AI continued its work, assisting humans in building colonies, exploring unknown systems, and preparing for future challenges. With Project Zeus guiding them, humans learned to maximize their creativity, plan strategically, and adapt to unexpected situations. The combination of human ingenuity and AI intelligence had changed the course of history. Terra approached Milo and smiled. "Your people have inspired many across the galaxy. The Villery will remember this moment. Humanity is now a force to be respected, not ignored." Milo nodded. "We will not stop here. We will explore, protect, and grow. We have learned what we can achieve when we work together, and we will continue to do so." As ships moved past the stars, leaving trails of light in the darkness, Milo realized that centuries of dreaming, planning, and preparing had finally led to this moment. Humanity had been denied the stars, but through courage, intelligence, and unity, they had awakened and claimed their place among the galaxies. The universe, once vast and unreachable, was now open. Humanity had risen, and nothing could deny them the stars again.